It is going to be a hot one here in Idaho today. I think it's going to be like 103 or 4 or 5. It's going to be really hot. And my office is actually out in my garage. I've got this, cooler out here, so it keeps me mostly cool, but it's a little loud. So we're just going to sweat to the oldies today. Okay, so let's go ahead. It looks like we've got some folks still showing up. We've got a few of you here. Hello. We've got actually some new faces. We get new faces usually on a weekly. So go ahead and before we get into this, let me just kind of go over the framework of today's training. Tuesday and Wednesdays are trainings that happen obviously Tuesday, Wednesdays, every single week. And those are trainings held by Heather. Okay, if you are newer to PatientStream, or if you're a person that is looking to maybe broaden your horizons and learn other features and other things like that, that's what those trainings are for. So every Tuesday, Heather is going through general onboarding settings. That's not just to take brand new people through. That's also to go back through just foundational setup, just to make sure that things are good to go. So if you have any questions, then certainly feel free to jump on a Tuesday meeting. On Wednesday, Heather does a featured feature, which what that means is we go over one feature. So for example, how to get more reviews. So the review function inside of PatientStream. And she'll go over that just tactically so you guys know how to use the tool, and you can kind of broaden your horizons more and more over time. Today's training, a Thursday training, is a training based on feedback I'm getting, based on conversations I'm having, and where I feel the most value can be added as far as new information, clearing up a couple things. And so that's kind of what we're going to do today. So we're going to go through a slide presentation on some really cool stuff, how to target the perfect Facebook lead, which there's a ton of misinformation about this. And I think you guys are really going to enjoy today, and maybe even, I don't know if enjoy, but be interested in some recent drama as well. So we're going to get into that. And we've got new trainings every Thursday, and they're kind of a la carte. It's kind of like, hey, what do I feel like you guys need to know based on those conversations, as well as questions and feedback we're getting in both the Facebook groups. So one quick announcement. If you are not a member of the Facebook group, search PatientStream users, get added. I will accept you, or Heather will accept you. We'll get you in there ASAP. So let me go ahead and start by sharing my screen. Give me 1 second. Okay. Am I sharing my screen already? What is going on here? Why is this? Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second here. We're having some technical difficulties. Are you guys seeing my screen right now? Because
Nope.
You're not. Okay. For some reason, it minimized my window here. Let me see if I can fix this. There it is. All right. Now, share. Now are you seeing my window?
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Okay. Very good. Okay, so today we're going to talk all about how to target the perfect lead, as well as how to get the best result, meaning marketing is cool and everything, but if you can't get the end result, if you can't get the patient in the door, you can't get them converted, it's kind of money not very well spent. So we're going to go over that today. I'm excited. Use that chat, by the way, you guys. If you have questions, don't wait around. Throw them in the chat. I will look at it. Heather will look at it. It's going to be tons of fun. All right, so let's get moving. Whoop. Okay, so real quick, a couple of announcements on ClickCampaigns. So yesterday, ClickCampaigns, as far as the Facebook AI function, is relatively new. It's something that has been, it went through beta. It's technically out of beta now. It went through beta for several weeks, and so we had just a few users using it. And so we don't have a ton of people utilizing it yet, but those who are using it, for the most part, we have one or two outliers. But for the most part, are seeing some pretty awesome success, including I did a post in our Facebook group yesterday of a clinic here right close to where I live, not far. And they have been running ads for, and I didn't have the exact time frame, but it's got to be less than 2 weeks. 45 leads, average lead costs $6 or under $6. And they're getting people in the door, and it's pretty cool because those campaigns are not being run or monitored by anybody other than our click campaigns, which is pretty amazing. I mean, it's not a surprise to us because we've been using the software for some time, but it is cool to see how you guys are able to access them whenever you want. Click publish, and boom, you're running your own campaigns without having to know anything about click campaign or Facebook ads. It's pretty cool. The Facebook group. So as far as getting invited, obviously if you're on this call, we kind of talked about that. Search Patient Stream users, request access, and I will get you in. You can also invite other practitioners. If you have friends that own their own practices that you want to introduce to this, you can invite those people as well. Okay. And we will, as long as when their invite comes in, I will accept them so long as they're a practitioner. Okay. Activity. So it's a new group. Whenever there's a new Facebook group, Facebook doesn't do a great job of notifying people when posts are made, when activity is actually going on there. So I'm trying to add content in there. That way it kind of signals to Facebook that, hey, the users in this group should know about this. And what will signal to them that this is a value-based group is if you guys engage as well. So if you have questions, if you have, success stories, if you want to, whatever it is, if you can engage and post your content into the Facebook group, then what will happen is not only will we be able to add more content in there, but when we add more content, you guys will actually see it. Okay, that's the real issue. Is when you would think that if you had a group that people agreed to join, that they would see any post that went in there, but that's not the case. Okay, new conditions. The conditions that are currently available in Patient Stream, we are uploading templates, ads, all that kind of stuff every single week. We're trying to get more and more in there. We have more, it just takes some time to get them in there. But as far as new conditions, I would really like your guys' feedback on what conditions you would like to see. I will give you, a new condition that we're definitely going to be, or not a new condition, but a new templated campaign that we're definitely going to be coming up with is a neuropathy campaign. We have a campaign in there for neuropathy that works, but it works really well in the more geriatric communities, meaning the older folks are there, it works really well there. And it's more spotty in places where you have that middle-aged audience. And what I want to get away from what I want to get into is have a show and tell type offer, meaning, hey, you have a class 4 laser, let people come in and test drive it. Show and tell, show them how it works. This is going to get people, bought into what you're doing. So that's kind of what we have coming. We have we have a campaign right now that's for ADHD. That is ADHD, that one's doing well. But for allergies, that is absolutely crushing it right now. I mean, it is by far, I don't know why, but it's outperforming anything that we have, which is kind of crazy. And so that will eventually be available in Click campaigns. So any new conditions you want to see, go into the Facebook group and let us know. Okay. So, so that's all the announcements I have, I believe. Oh, one other thing. We did have an issue with showing you guys how to upload a pixel. So I think 2 or 3 weeks back, there was a lot of confusion around how to upload a tracking code called a pixel into your funnels and all that kind of stuff, your websites. There is now a really quick tutorial. It's super easy. Just go into the support widget in PatientStream, bottom right-hand corner, go to the bottom and type in pixel. And there's a video there. It shows you how to do it. It is super duper easy. So just wanted to make sure that we got that. Let's see here. Shane Stoll. We had some trouble with Facebook campaign for red light due to verbiage restrictions. Will there be any future updates on this? Good question. As far as why sometimes we get, and all this is all campaigns, by the way. When we publish a campaign, we publish it with 4 ads. It's not uncommon for 1 or 2 even to get denied, and the other ones to go. So what you can do is just obviously let those ones go in and ask for a manual review on the ones that got denied. And there's a little button, top right-hand corner, just toggle it over and it will show you how to do that. So it is definitely, and if you go into, again, the service widget, if you denied ads, I'm sure that if we don't have something to, Heather, do you know if we have something for denied ads right now?
I don't know.
I feel like Jacob did it. Would you check on that real quick before the end of this? And if there's not, we'll get you one. Okay. Where do you want condition request ideas? Email you? No, I would like it to go into the group. And here's why. If I get feedback from one person, we have things, and it's not like I'm going to say, hey, that's not a good idea, but I would love to get feedback from a lot of people. Not only that, for example, like neuropathy, I would like to get a show and tell offer, or an offer that everybody can use, even if they don't have a class 4 laser. I know a class 4 laser is a big investment, but I don't know everything. And if you guys know anything about the offers that I like to make to get people in, I really like therapies that have like some type of subjective approach and are very effective. So and some of those are expensive. So anyway, I would love to crowdsource the creation of certain offers. I think if we can do that there, I think we can get a lot of participation, and I can come up with some really good stuff. Thank you, Misty James. Misty, you've been around for a very long time, by the way. So you're an OG. Thank you. Love you. All right, let's move on. Touch on the why. What in the world is touch on the why? Well, okay. I'm not going to spend much time on this. I promise. I'm going to touch on this, and then we're going to move on. This is not something that needs to distract our attention. However, I will say that this type of conversation, this type of information is very detrimental. It's very distracting to you all. If you're on Facebook and you're seeing things like this, it is very distracting. And I want to kind of take a minute, and I want to tell you why, one of the big reasons why we're doing this. Okay. And it's not, well, let's just get into it. So I saw this post from a person that says, on our way to the biggest month of collections ever, we will be close to 200K in collections for the month. That's amazing. That's awesome. Like, kudos and congratulations. This was a post. Oh, geez, it's going to do the whole, hold on. Let me just go ahead and get all this. So this was a post from a person that I know, and I don't want to like call specific people out. I want to call out specific behavior. Okay. And here it is. It says, this was the post. Attention chiropractors. If you've been getting low quality leads in your marketing efforts and struggling to increase your monthly visits in your practice, read this post until the end. Here's why. We've been helping doctors double, even triple patient visits in a short amount of time. We have a proven plug and play system that is guaranteed to help a practice increase their monthly revenue. We've been serving the chiropractic market for more than 6 years now, and we can almost predict the results we give to doctors. Now, you've probably reduced your patient visits month after month because of this pandemic. Many uncertain times are happening right now, and we don't know what the future holds. That's why we're working with people who have a proven track record, and that's why working with people who have a proven track record is more important than ever. I agree. You've got to taste the new and different ways of doing marketing. Doesn't make sense. Okay, whatever. Together, we'll figure out the best way to double, even triple the patient visits in your practice, even in the midst of a crisis. But before we proceed, let me pause for a second. Let me ask you, do you know the real reason why Facebook ads are not working? Do you know why you're just getting low quality leads that are only looking for a great deal? Do you know, oh my gosh, that why they're not scheduling or showing up in your appointments? If you don't know the answer to these questions, I'll tell you what. The real reason why you're not getting the results you want is because you failed to establish know, like, trust, or KLT. This is important. I'm sorry to be cynical. You can hear it in my voice. I'm laying it on pretty thick. We'll be done in a minute. See, when you're marketing to people who don't know you, cold audiences, it's crucial to build know, like, and trust. Like the adage says, people love to buy, but they hate to be sold. That has nothing to do with know, like, and trust, by the way. That's why establishing know, like, and trust should be a top priority. But you might be wondering, yeah, I get it, but how do I use know, like, and trust in our practice? I'm glad you asked, okay? And that's why we are going to talk about it in my next post. So keep an eye for my next post. All right. Laying it on pretty thick. I think there's a couple things here that I don't necessarily disagree with. I mean, at the end of the day, I do think you need to go with people that have a proven track record. But here's what I don't like. And if you've looked at anything that we at 25th West did before this, I never would say things like this. I never would be salacious or I just wouldn't do this. I wouldn't talk in such a way as to position myself as, hey, I have the silver bullet, and the silver bullet is KLT, or I can predict what results you are, or I can guarantee, or I can this, or I can that. If you ever hear people talking that way, they are full of poo-poo. The people that get the best results with PatientStream, with anything, are the people that know that this is a tool, they get educated, people like you that are here, by the way, and people that use the tool and understand the tool. Okay? So I saw this and it made me upset, but at the same time, it made me curious. It made me think, oh, I wonder if they're doing something different. I don't have all of the answers. There are people, guess what? I don't have a monopoly on creativity and on effective marketing. Other people have had results. Let's be real. I mean, I'd like to see success. And in fact, I had a conversation with a guy a week ago that I said, man, I've admired your stuff for a while. And he said, same with you, man. I said, well, cool. I mean, when you're doing it right, you recognize other people are doing it right. So I wanted to see, well, what could they be doing? You're not going to believe this. All right, so stay tuned. Here is the unique know, like, and trust ads. Hey, Armstrong, we're doing something awesome to promote our office. We're giving away 27 vouchers for a spinal exam, consultation, full x-rays, and report of findings for $37, limit one per person, new patient only. All right, so I don't have a problem with anybody's ads. I don't have a problem with making an offer. I have no problems with that. I really don't. But do you see a lack of congruency here? Like, what does this ad have anything to do with know, like, and trust? Stupid. This is what's happening. This is what is happening. This is what has been happening for so freaking long in the agency community. And this is why what we're doing with PatientStream is so damn important. And this is why these Thursday meetings are sacred to me. I know every meeting we do, every opportunity we have to get together and answer questions and do that is great. But Thursdays are almost sacred to me, because I look at a Thursday and I say, what can I be transparent about? What can I share? And how am I best going to give this information to you guys so you have a little bit more information? You don't need to be as in love and involved in marketing as I am. I am distilling what you need to know, and I'm giving it to you on Thursdays. And I want other people to see this because I want you to not have to deal with this bullshit. Hallelujah. That's enough. All right. All right, let's, sorry about that. Let's move on to the point of today's training. By the way, sorry about that. I want to know in the chat, have you guys experienced what I'm talking about? Have you felt this? Do you know the frustration? Does anybody feel or understand the frustration that I might have by seeing that type of thing? I mean, has anybody seen that? Maybe y'all haven't worked with a lot of, maybe y'all haven't seen this happening. I don't know. Maybe you didn't know, but if you have, let me know in the chat and let's move on, shall we? All right. So before we jump, the point is to let you know how we laser target a new patient for your practice. All right. And this is not as easy as a lot of people would make it seem. So I think having the right expectation and understanding the nature of what we're doing is going to give you guys, it's going to put you guys in the right mindset. So when you start getting leads, when those people start coming into your practice, instead of starting at point 10 and totally confusing your prospects, you start at point 3 and you start them off the right way. And then you kind of pass those benchmarks. So the goal is for you, by you understanding what we're actually doing here, you're going to have better results just by virtue of you understanding the nature of what happens when a lead is generated and how do we do it. Okay. So what is the nature of targeting? Before we get into it, what is targeting? Some people might be brand new to marketing. I know we've got some new folks on here. Here is what targeting is. When you run paid ads, Facebook, as well as Google, as well as Instagram, as well as any digital platform, gives you the ability to put in different inputs and refine the person you want to show your ads to. Okay? This can be extremely valuable if you are, like, if you're running, if you're running, for example, my kids are getting I've got one little Bodie. You guys know Bodie. He is a awesome kid. Bodie is really into anything hunting. And he put this on my desk the other day. This is an archery arrow. We don't let him use this one. Okay. Just letting you know, I am relatively responsible. We don't let him use this one, but Bodie's very interested in archery. And there's a big group of people out there that are interested in archery. What targeting allows me to do is to refine my audience down so tight that I can show my ads to people that are interested just in archery, which is great because it means that I spend no money on showing my ads to people who don't care. You know, that's frustrating, but it's also a little bit of a problem. And it's a problem in understanding how and why it works. So let's get into it. Targeting small versus targeting large. And if you've been on any of these trainings, you've heard this before, but this is very important to understand. Okay. Small versus large. Your practice is located and does business with a relative small group of people, a small audience. In fact, our software is basically adjusting the size of its targeting area, the physical location that it's going to show people ads. It's adjusting the size of that diameter by the amount of people inside of it. Okay. If we don't have enough people, it's not going to work. If we have too many people, it's not going to work. So it's adjusting the size based on what we know works. Okay. And that is what we call a very small audience. Okay. Versus a large audience. Now, A large audience might be several states, might be a half of a country, might be the whole country, might be a group of countries. So there's 330 million people that live in the United States. Do you know how much money it would take to show your ads to all of the people in the United States? It would take a lot more money than you want to spend on your marketing efforts. Okay. But it makes sense in certain instances. Okay. Now, you're seeing on your screen right now, you're seeing two restaurants. Now, I want to kind of drive this point home with just the different way that they approach their business. So on the left is a place called Big Bun. Big Bun is, if you've ever been to Idaho, Big Bun is a burger place that I love. It's really good. And it's like close to home. It's a small, everybody has them. We all have them in our cities, our towns. We all have these, these burger joints that kind of have really cool niche local food that we love. Okay. And then you have on the right side, you have McDonald's. They both serve burgers, but they approach their audiences in very different ways. And one of the things that I really love about Big Bun are their finger steaks. They have these really good finger steaks. I mean, they are crispy. Getting so hungry right now. They're crispy. They're so good. And I just love them. And I wonder, why doesn't McDonald's have finger steaks? It's such a good idea. Well, it kind of makes sense. It makes sense. Why wouldn't they? Well, maybe like here in Idaho, people like finger steaks, I guess. I mean, I know I do. I don't know if that's the general sentiment of other people, but I'm guessing that's the case. But when you go across the country, you're not getting local feedback. You're not getting the kind of feedback that would say, hey, let's put this in every single store we have. Okay? What's my point? Oh, yeah, I got to shake those finger steaks. You know what I'm saying? Targeting local. Targeting small means you have to focus on the art and then broadly adapt. Targeting large, you have to focus on the data and tightly adapt. Okay? Basically what that means is when we target a huge audience across the country, we're going to really look at the numbers. We're going to really look at what's happening. When we target small, data is important, okay? But more important is reach. We're limited on the amount of people that are going to get to see this. And so instead of filter away people, we're going to maybe just focus just on demographics and put the best stuff in front of them based on what we know, based on the art, okay? So targeting really is it's foundationally based on understanding the difference between a small audience and a large audience. Okay, let's talk about some tools, okay? What are the perfect local leads? What tools do we have that are really going to give us the results we want? Because you guys all want qualified, you want the best leads. I get it. Some of it's unrealistic, but I get it. And by the way, some of this varies from condition to condition to condition, which we can talk about. So perfect local leads start with dog whistle copy. Dog whistle copy. What is dog whistle copy? A dog whistle is a whistle you blow, and it makes a sound at such a high frequency that you as a human being cannot hear it, but a dog can. The idea is that we want ads that speak to a very specific demographic and doesn't talk to anybody else. Okay? So the ad in and of itself is doing the targeting for us. Okay? You see how that, I mean, and if you want, if you want to see any of the ads that we have, I would be happy to show you an example of dog whistle copy, but for sake of time, I want to move through this. Just post in the chat if there's any that you want to see as an example. Niche funnels. We've kind of gone through our niche funnels. In fact, I think month 2, something like that, we went through all of our funnels, and we have all those recordings. Those will eventually get uploaded into the Facebook group, but they are available now. If you want to watch a breakdown of any of the funnels, spinal decompression, knee decompression, neuropathy, red light, whatever, chiropractic, whatever it is, we got a video on it. Okay. Niche funnels are very important. A funnel, as opposed to a website, is going to give a focused and a concentrated call to action. A website is cool. Problem with a website is there's a lot of information. Okay. It's like going to like a menu and having so many different things to choose from. It takes you a long time. Sometimes you lose focus. A funnel has one goal to say, hey, we put this offer in front of you and we think it should fit a very specific person. If you do it right, you're going to get the right people. Okay? Niche funnels. Budget. Let's talk budget. All right. Sorry about the graphic. It's a little not quality, but it's just, let's get the point across. Okay. And before I do this, I think like about 3 years ago or something, there was this email that would go around. Like people were copying and pasting this email and sending it out to practice owners. And it would say something like, hey, can your practice handle 10 to 15 more new patients? And it's just basically saying, hey, I can get you like all sorts of new patients and it's going to be easy and it's going to be blah, 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 blah. And what they would do, like the protocol, as soon as somebody would respond to that, they'd say, yeah, you pay us $1,500 and then we only have to spend about $500 in advertising and we'll get you leads. $1,500 retainer and $500 in ad spend. That doesn't seem like a very successful framework. It just, I mean, common sense would say that's nonsensical. Okay. But this was the idea that kind of perpetuated through the industry. So everybody thought that by spending $5 a day, $10 a day, you could get all of the leads that you wanted. And so when I, as a practitioner of what I want to feel is, or what I want to say is the holistic and the right approach to marketing, when I would say, hey, no, you need 1,500, 2,000, depending on what their goal is, 3,000, 4,000. Sometimes we've spent, 20,000. You need more money to do what you're saying you want to do. And when I would say that, it wouldn't be uncommon for me to get I thought it'd be cheaper than that. Gallon of gas costs where I live, I don't know, $2.75. That's how much a gallon of gas costs. Sorry, I can't do anything about that. So let's understand your marketing and advertising budget. Okay. Facebook it's not as cut and dry. So I want to simplify this for you, but it's not as cut and dry as this. But for all intents and purposes, for you to understand budget, let's just think of it this way. Okay. Meaning if you are smart with Facebook ads and you really understand Facebook, I understand there's more variables here, but I'm trying to simplify the point. Okay. So Facebook does have an auction system. It does work on an auction, meaning your bid and your budget is based on, your results are based on your budget. Okay. So whoever has the best, budget strategy is going to have a huge advantage, is going to win. So I want you to imagine that you are at this particular auction and that you see these 5 paddles pop up. And these are the exact same paddles that pop up over and over and over and over again. How many results do you think this person with the $5 is going to get? Nothing. They're going to get very little. And Facebook's auctioneer understands exactly what your budgetary situation is and everybody that you're competing against. And so, maybe every now and again he feels bad for you. He's like, hey, we've got like this, old stinky thing that nobody's going to bid on. Let's throw that over to a $5 man. Okay. Understanding budget. You need to have a budget that's going to get you there. So in summary, getting the best leads is all about getting the right attention. Okay. Funnels that filter the wrong people and having enough gas in the tank to get where you want to go. And this is what I love about click campaigns, because ads that get the right attention, we got all those. We give those to you. You don't have to come up with a thing. We give those to you. Funnels, filtering the wrong people, we have those too. And we're coming up with more of them. And as you guys put your conditions and things in Facebook, there is no team better at understanding ad and offer and funnel creation better than this team. Okay. And then having enough gas in the tank to get where you want to go. You'll notice that when you go into click campaigns and you actually launch a campaign, it won't let you do less than 40. I don't get a cent of that. There's not like this profit share agreement between our company and Facebook. I get nothing from telling you you have to spend at least $40. In fact, if I wanted to like close every Tom, Dick, and Harry on Patient Stream and like overpromise and under deliver, by the way, I'd make the minimum like $5, wouldn't I? But no, we know what works, and we understand that for you to get what you need to grow and manage and scale your business, you have to have enough gas in the tank. You got to do it. And $40 is the minimum that you need to be spending on a daily basis. You can spend more than that. And by the way, if you can, you should. It all kind of depends on your lead management process. If you can manage and filter and convert more leads, put more gas in the tank, man. Upgrade. Time to go. That is the basis of when we talk about finding the best qualified and what marketing can really do for your business. That is what we're talking about. I want to touch on one quick thing before we kind of move on to my last point. I touched briefly on different conditions and different demographics are going to respond differently. And here's what I meant. Here's what I mean. When you look at, when I've gotten feedback over the years of the lead quality for spinal decompression and knee decompression, not 100%, but by and large, the feedback is positive, meaning I'm not getting complaints of, hey, this lead quality is low or this or that, or the other. I'm not getting that type of response. But when we do things for, say, chiropractic or neuropathy, we do find that there's more complaints in those areas. Okay. And when it comes to neuropathy, that has graphic. I mean, the people, and this is maybe my belief. I don't have data on this. This is after chewing through hundreds, I don't know, maybe thousands, lots of campaigns and coming up with a hypothesis on what I think it is. My belief is that when you're talking about neuropathy, the demographic that is neuropathy, these are people that have put their body by their choice, by their free will through some serious damage. Okay, we're talking about, you all know this. This is your profession. That demographic seems to beat the hell out of their bodies by their free will and by their own choice a lot more than others. When it comes to chiropractic, because so many people offer chiropractic, it is now accepted as a general practice. Okay. And so because of that, there's a lot of people that might be price shopping, which is why what you do after the lead is so important, which we're going to talk about. But these are things that if you understand them, if you understood that the people that came in for neuropathy, we're going to start off, instead of at position 5, we're going to start off at position 2, you would know to start at position 3. That's that might be vague, but what I'm saying is, instead of starting the conversation where you are assuming that this person is pre-sold, you're going to start it out by saying, hey, is this person a right fit? Okay. This is important. We're going to talk more about this on these Thursday trainings, and I'm happy to take questions. I'm also happy to learn from people that have success, because I know a lot of clinics that kick butt at the conversion process. But this is just, I want you to understand that. Okay. I want to quickly touch on something that I did a video on it would take too long to do it here, but I did a video on this in the Facebook group yesterday. And I talked about a concept that I created. I've never heard anybody else say this, but marketing's job is to advance the sale. It is not to make the sale. Why would I harp so much on this? Why would I even create a phrase for it? Because your expectation and your understanding on what every step is supposed to accomplish will definitely impact the result that you get on the back end. And my goal is to get you the best result on the back end. Okay. So if you think of marketing as, hey, marketing's job is to advance the sale, meaning it got attention, it gained interest, it started the desire process, but that's all it can do. At some point, we need to look at this tool like it's a tool. It's a part of it. When you build a house, when you put the foundation in, the house ain't built. Okay. You got to do the rest. So when people are coming in, there's a lot of things that we can do. And when, again, we train on this, we're going to do more training on this, but there's a lot of things that we can do to advance the sale to the next phase. Understanding what our phases are is going to put us in a very good position of power. If I know that when people come in for knee decompression, I know they got knee pain. I know I need to talk to them about what they've done. I know that when they come in, I need to educate them because it's new. Knee decompression isn't known to people. I need to educate them, and then I need to give them a test drive. I know that those things need to happen. I know that every single time my conversation starts, my goal is to get them on that machine. And then after that, I want to say, how was it? What did you think? What was different? And I want to get them involved in solving their own problem. Advancing the sale. It's extremely important. I do have a video on it in the Facebook group. I would love for you to watch it. I would love for you to add your comments below. I would love for you to ask questions below. So that is it. Q&A. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you guys. If you have any questions, I haven't seen anything pop up. Hopefully it's just so mesmerizing that you guys are all like, whoa. But let me go ahead and just see real quick. If you have any questions, we've got, let's see here. Cheyenne. Hey, Cheyenne, how you doing? I talked to you today. Lauren, Max, Megan, Patricia, Trent. Trent's so excited. He's on here twice. Trent, do you guys have any questions, or have you seen this? Have you experienced this? What are your thoughts on this? Heather, what are your thoughts on this? Let's get the ball rolling. Did we lose Heather? No, she's here. No questions? Well, maybe that means that this was so enthralling that, it was good. I hope it was good. Let me just do one thing real quick. And while we're waiting for some questions to come in, let me show something real fast. I want to talk about, I kind of alluded to it during my presentation, but I wanted to talk about some dog whistle ads. Let's see here. All right, we talked about ads that call the attention of the right people. Right. These are some examples. If you guys have seen our advertising, we have a style, right? And we've kind of talked about that in the past, but who is a person that doesn't have knee pain? Are they going to pay attention to this? No, they're not. These ads speak directly to people that have knee pain. And by the way, they also position you like you're pretty professional. I mean, they're very attractive ads. They're well produced. And I just think that we've gotten feedback from people and even heard from actual leads that they thought the ads, the reason they chose this doctor was because this doctor had professional looking ads. So that's what a dog whistle ad looks like. Any questions yet? Okay. I missed the key points as I had to step away to take care of something in the office, but I did hear there's a video about this on Facebook group, so I'll watch that. Yes. Yeah. So if you go into, let me actually just do this real quick. I'll kind of show you guys around the group real fast. Let's see here. Love to have you guys into the group if you're not in there already. If you are in there already, I would love to hear your comments and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so here's kind of where we're at. Like if you just scroll down, this was from yesterday. I put a headline in, but it did not put it in there. I don't know why. And it's a live video, so I can't go back and edit it. But this is where it's under quality leads. This is the video about advancing the sale. Okay, here's a cool update. Here, that video again. This is the previous week's training. So this video right here will be attached to the announcement as well. So, you know, we'll go in there and have all of these in here. These are the announcements. Here's another, this ad right here is a local ad here running in Boise. It's crushing it. Where to start. So just lots of cool stuff, I think. Cool ways for you to start getting content and getting started. All right, guys. If you don't have any questions, I love you. Thank you so much. And love to see you in the group. Hopefully you enjoyed. Did you enjoy this training? Was this good? Hopefully you liked it. Heather liked it. That's good. Anybody else? Awesome. Very good, you guys.
Looks like Trent had a question, Sam.
Oh, what is it? Why am I not seeing it?
It's just right above where I wrote great.
Oh, how do you establish a good baseline for the amount to spend per day, per month on advertising? Or is this something that we would need to work on with your team or on individually? Good. So, meaning how do you establish the budget? Well, you always want to see where you're at with our minimums. So our minimum is $40 a day. What are you getting at the $40 a day? Is that, do you want more than that? Like where's your lead on? Part of that is like, what is the goal? Where do you want to be? Do you want, this allergy one, it got 30 yesterday, and it's doing that with, I can't remember, I think $60 a day. So it's doing it very well. So if you're getting a really good response from $40 a day and that's where you want to be, then keep it, maintain it. PatientStream will optimize and try and bring the lead cost down. So that's what it's there to do. If you want to scale it up, there's a couple things. One, spend more money. Two, hedge, meaning pick more than one condition, okay? Because sometimes you can't really, by throwing more money at a condition, you can't really scale your results all the time. Sometimes you can, and we just don't know. You just got to test, right? So if you're happy with what you're getting and you want to do more, up the budget, do what you're at there. But by and large, you want to start with, well, you have to start with $40 a day and just kind of see where that takes you. Some people are, we have people that are very happy with that budget, and some people want to spend more. So good question, Trent. Yeah, a lot of that, again, the goal of PatientStream is to put the power of those choices in your hands. And again, give you the opportunity during these Thursday meetings to ask questions like you did. And so if you had run ads and you said, hey, here's what's happening, we can give you some feedback and start helping you, take control on that next level of kind of what you're doing. Very good. Any other questions? Now we'll go out. See you, everybody. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. We will see you in the group. Peace.